It's the National Football League on EA Sports, and we've got the two teams who met in Super Bowl 22. It's the Washington Commanders and the Denver Broncos on Monday night.
A terrific night for football as EA Sports takes us to Empower Field at Mile High in the capital city of Denver, Colorado. Tonight we've got the crew set for what should be a real treat, a great Monday night matchup, as it'll be the Washington Commanders taking on the Denver Broncos. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Charles, the wait is over. The regular season is upon us. It is kickoff weekend around the NFL. Our two teams here getting in a final tune-up, but let's look ahead to the 2023 season. What are you going to be watching for?
How about some of the recognizable new faces in new places? Aaron Rodgers, Derek Carr, Odell Beckham Jr. The identity of teams under new coaches in places like Houston, Carolina, and Denver. And then, of course, the rookies. After the draft, we want to see how they perform.
And off we go from Denver. And the mile-high air in full effect as that's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Well, the Broncos offense gets set to go to work, and at the helm in his second season wearing orange and blue, Russell Wilson.
And I think that even after a decade in the NFL, he doesn't get enough credit for not just his consistency, but his brilliant play and leadership as well. He's won a Super Bowl in Seattle. He's led his team to another Super Bowl opportunity also in Seattle. His numbers are always terrific, almost always in the Pro Bowl, and all his team does is win. This guy's a natural leader.
Wilson going to come out throwing. That's to the rookie, Marvin Mims. And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32.
And I think this is a route we'll see more of as this game goes on, because with his speed, they want to get him the ball in space on drag routes just like this. They want him to get the ball and run after the catch. Good job there, though, holding him for a short gain.
Now the third-year man back and healthy. It's Javonte Williams. And he's going to have the Broncos first down as he's able to get this up to the 37-yard line.
That's what we were hoping to see out of Williams last season before a torn ACL 4 weeks in ruined expectations that he could join the top tier of NFL running backs. That type of upside remains, though, and Denver certainly prepared to help him unlock it as he returns to full strength.
Throwing now, Wilson on first down. Now he's forced out right. A nifty bit of scrambling there. 12 yards, first down.
That's the first time he's called his own number, but he's got to be overjoyed with the results. He wasn't just going to settle for a modest gain. To me, he was determined to come through with a big message to a defense that slept on him in the pocket.
No score after one on EA Sports. Second quarter about to begin from Denver. It's the Broncos in possession of the football as they've got it with a 1st and 10. To throw is Wilson. And he couldn't square up to throw there, and it falls incomplete.
Well, they've been back on their heels a little bit here in this drive, but a chance to exhale just a little bit there with incompletion on first down. Now they have to gear up, try and get 2 more stops, and escape this drive.
Here's 2nd and 10. Here's Wilson. Man open, he's got it complete to Cortland Sutton. And he will go out right near the 35-yard line. He's got his first catch here before halftime, and it goes for a first down.
Well, that certainly has to feel good. It's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, nice first down. Drive keeps moving.
On 1st and 10, it's Wilson. Down the right sideline. Touchdown, Broncos. Jerry Jeudy, 35 yards. And the Broncos post the first points of the ballgame as they take the lead here in this second quarter. Well, they spoke about the importance of getting off to a good start, and they're on their first drive, Charles, into the end zone for the touchdown.
And what an advantage for them. They're already clicking one drive in, didn't need to wait to get up to full speed. We had heard about the extra time they put in with each other, trying to learn each other's skills, what they liked, the whole deal, and it paid off early in this one. I would expect them to keep firing on the next drive and keep that connection going.
Lutz good on the extra point, and that makes the score 7-0. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. And Gibson decides against bringing it out. The Commanders set to go to work on offense, and they've handed the controls to this man in his second NFL season, former Tar Heel Sam Howell.
And his task in this situation is making sure that his team knows that there's a sense of urgency, yet somehow still stays calm. Because your natural impulse, your first possession is not until the second quarter, is you got to attack right away. Throw something big at them right away. Yeah, you got to move the ball, but maybe be a little bit careful in doing so.
They'll throw on first down. Here's Howell. And he short arms that one just a bit. It's low and incomplete. Was trying to get it to Terry McLaurin, and it's second down. Howell, another throw on second down. And this throw incomplete. And the defender all over him that time, and it's going to lead to third down.
Feels like they're getting caught in between here because they did incompletions on first and second down. Now you got to worry a little bit about the clock because you prefer not to give them another shot here in the first half. But if you don't pick up the first down, guess what? You're likely going to have to.
They'll run for the first time with Antonio Gibson. And he is going to lose yardage here. Now a timeout called for by the defense as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Tress Way on fourth down is sent out to punt. Back deep for Denver, the rookie Marvin Mims. They'll send this away into the Rocky Mountain Night, and it's a good one. Taken in at the 22. Nice punt, but good work on the return to get back 11 yards. And the Broncos take over, first down and 10. So now the second drive offensively coming up for the Denver Broncos. And it's still plenty of time remaining here in the half, more than a minute. And we'll see if they just want to protect that lead or try to add on to it.
Well, with as much time as is left on the clock, I would imagine it would be the latter. I think they're going to try and add on to it. So what they're going to tell the team is very simply, if you can get out of bounds after making a play downfield, terrific. If you can't, everyone hustle to the line of scrimmage, either run another play or clock it and start over again.
Pressure comes, and Wilson's going to go down. Montez Sweat, the man that time to fight in and drop him.
Montez Sweat in good form there as he sacks another quarterback. And he's in good form in 2022 as well. Put up 8 sacks coming off of an injury-shortened campaign the year prior.
After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here. Now a give up the middle to Williams. And Washington now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts, as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. They need 18 yards here on 3rd down. Again, it's Williams. And they'll get him down at about the 37, well short of the first. Now Washington going to use the second of their 3 timeouts, as the clock will stop with 37 seconds to play in this first half. On 4th down, it's Riley Dixon on now to kick it away for Denver. Dax Milne deep for Washington. And that one hits at the 7, but bounds into the end zone, and that'll be a touchback. Washington going to go on offense now late in this first half. And with them trailing, there is still enough time to try to string a few plays together, maybe get into field goal range. Just over 30 seconds to go in the half. They've got it 1st and 10. Out of the gun, it's Howell. And that is incomplete.
And I can see the officials kind of looking at each other down there, silently wondering, does this meet the level of grounding? Fortunately, he did have a receiver in the area, but I have seen less obvious throwaways called as penalties.
After the incompletion, they'll try once more from the 20-yard line on 2nd and 10. Now they go play action with Howell. And the Broncos get there and take him down. Now the Broncos going to use the second of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go here in the first half. A tough spot here, 3rd and 15. Not wanting to risk another sack, they'll play it safe with a run. And he'll be about a full yard shy of the 20 at the 19-yard line. Now the Broncos will use their 3rd and final timeout. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward. Now the former Oklahoma Sooner Tress Way on to punt the football. Pulled in at the 24. That'll be put in the books as a 53-yard punt. And control of the football switching hands with very little time remaining until the half. Denver offense at the line, ready to go. And with 8 seconds on the clock, really not a lot of time to try to put anything together. And defensively, they're just looking to keep him contained as they're able to get him down. So we are at halftime here on a Monday night. As we send you on out to our studios in Orlando, here's Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. Back to you guys in a bit. But first, we welcome everyone to our EA Sports Halftime Report. In the first half, the Broncos got some strong play from their veteran quarterback, Russell Wilson. His touchdown pass is the only score of the game thus far, as his guys hold a 7-0 lead to this point.
Okay, Coach, yeah, adjustments likely going to play a big role in this 3rd quarter in what's been a tight contest so far. Just the one touchdown in that first half. 7-0 our score as we get going in quarter number 3. And no run back here as the third quarter will commence with a touchback. First chance for the Commanders offense now as they head out for their opening series of the second half. But, Charles, we saw a pretty entertaining first half, close ball game. Remember there toward the end of the second quarter, the opposition scored to take the lead. Now we'll see if these guys can get a score of their own to regain that lead.
Yeah, they want to have that type of a response, don't they? Because they want to find a way to take control of this ball game one more time. Gauntlet's been thrown down. They want to see if they're ready to answer it.
Second half starts with a run by Gibson. Room here to run! And this is going to be a Commander's first down as he's got this past the 35 to about the 37.
The more football I watch, the more I want to check and see if teams are going to panic when they're down on the scoreboard. And this team has shown no signs of doing that. A lot of the time, they come out after the half. Things haven't worked so well in the first go-around. They want to throw the football like crazy. But the way to open up throwing the ball is to run it. And they've run it well here to start the second half.
They'll wind up getting 7 on the play, and that will bring up second down.
Now that's staying ahead of the chains. Really good pickup on first down, hitting the tight end there. Now it brings up a second and manageable.
Just found a hole in that zone. Second down and 3. Here's Howell to throw on second down. That's complete. Terry McLaurin with it. And McLaurin going to pick up a Commander's first down as he's across midfield to the 48.
They kept the receiver in the short field, but that let his quarterback get the ball quickly to him before either guy in double coverage could react.
Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. First and 10. Gets this out quickly to Dotson. And he'll be brought down on what's going to turn out to be the final play of this third quarter. 1 quarter remains here as we wrap up the week on a Monday night. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. Welcome back now to Denver. It's the Commanders in possession of the football, but they trail as we start this fourth quarter. Another throw for Howell. This is caught by his tight end, Logan Thomas. And this is going to be another first down as they'll make the tackle at the Broncos' 25-yard line.
I like the design that we're seeing right there. This is what they need. Down by a touchdown here in the fourth. They just need to keep working their way downfield. And when they see openings, take their shots.
Plenty of time. All 3 timeouts still remain. Here's first and 10 now. He's going to go up top for the end zone. And that is incomplete. Following the play here, now we've got an injury. We'll step aside and get a report when we come back to Denver. Under 90 seconds to go. Here's second and 10. Here's Howell. Howell sliding down, and he picks up the first on that play.
If they get a game-changing score on this drive, it's going to be because of plays like that. That run was pure heart. Took it himself, found a way to reset the downs, and advance the ball.
Here we go, first and goal. Howell to throw. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
That's certainly not the worst thing. It stops the clock and lets your offense catch its breath and lets us exhale a little bit. Now I expect them to call a couple plays in the huddle, so they're ready if a tackle happens inbounds.
Line of scrimmage, again the 4-yard line, second and goal. Back to throw. And it's caught. It's a touchdown. So they rally here in the final minute, and they're an extra point away from tying this game.
And while it appears the heavy lifting was accomplished by scoring the touchdown, they're still down 1. That extra point is not a gimme.
Joey Sly on for the extra point. And no sweat, he puts it through, and we are tied here in the 4th.
Let's go, y'all.
This one, all we could have asked for. All tied, final minute as it kicks away here. And with time a factor here late, he'll just take a knee and they'll put it out to the 25. Now the football going back over to the Denver Broncos. Well, partner, here it is. They've got the chance to win the game. You'd have to think they need to get it near the opposite 40 to have a chance to kick a game-winning field goal. We'll see what they can do.
And you're right about that, because if we look at it in macro, that's what it looks like. But I think in micro, the head coach has already asked the special teams coach, what is he feeling? What does he think? Where does he want the football? What's the yard line we have to get? And he's already relayed that to his quarterback and his offense. They know what the goal is. Now the key, can they get there?
And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4. Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts, as it'll come with 36 seconds to go in half number 2. Second and 6 coming up. Throwing now is Wilson. Oh, he dropped it. They were looking for him in the middle third. He couldn't catch it. Now third down. There have been quite a few plays they might look back on and say, we really have hurt ourselves, and that was another example.
And this is late game execution. Everything on the line, so it all has to come together properly. The throw's made. Where's the catch? Got to catch in that spot.
On third down, here's Williams. And he's going to be stopped here a few yards short of the first as the tackle is made at the 33. Here's Riley Dixon now, as he'll punt it away for the second time. Fielded at the 20. It'll be a 10-yard return following a punt of 45. And the Commanders will take over with a 1st and 10. Here comes the Commanders' offense back onto the field. And Charles, obviously not much time left. I'm curious to see if there's enough for them to get into field goal range and try to win this thing.
And partner, you and I both know the safe calls to kneel and just take it into overtime. But it's also very tough to pass up a chance to win it right now as well. But remember, if you do attempt that, it's got to be a big play downfield and still leave yourself enough time to get your field goal unit out there and kick for the win.
The Commanders going to use the second of their timeouts as they get it with 16 seconds remaining on the clock. Here's a 2nd and 7. Second down, Howell now. He's going to let this one go deep. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there, trying to take a shot, but it's third down. A couple extra defensive backs out there in the dime, and because of that, really not many places to throw the football, if any.
And typically, what would you want to do against that dime?
Run the football.
You want to run the ball, but you can't do it in this situation. Not nearly enough time on the clock. You're having to really navigate against a tough defense presented against you.
He's got McLaurin, They'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds.
And partner, in a tie game in the fourth quarter, you and I both know in the NFL, that's when you lean on your stars, and he came through with a nice catch right there.
And now this game's going to come down to the right leg of their kicker. Now the Broncos going to use the second of their timeouts. That'll leave them with just one remaining in this fourth quarter of play. So on is their kicker, and it's down to this. This from long, very long range. And that is no good. He gave it a good run. That wasn't more than a foot or so wide to the left. And a costly one there as this game remains tied here in the fourth.
Boy, that's a big-time letdown there. You work yourself in position to win the game, but the kick winds up no good. And now you've got to regroup as a team, get the energy back up, and get ready for overtime. And make sure you pump him up, too. He may be needed to try and win it again later.
So it all rests now on the right leg of Will Lutz. And we will get a timeout with 2 ticks left. So a big one coming now for Will Lutz. This from Tom Dempsey range here. Does he have the distance? He does. It's good. My goodness, he hits it from the parking lot as time expires. And it'll be all smiles on Blake Street tonight. The Broncos have won it.
Well, obviously, Charles, this was by no means an offensive track meet. I mean, the defenses were the story in this ball game. But, hey, they got enough points to get the job done, and at the end of the day, that's all that matters.
You're absolutely right about that, partner. In such a low-scoring game, it completely changes everything you had planned to do out there. Fortunately for them, they got just enough scoring to bring home the win. And in this type of